Okay, so basically I'm going to explain my story that I chose to do my thing on, how I came across it, why I was interested in it, and, stuff like that. Okay, so me and my parents have always watched True Crime together, and I watch it on my own. And I love Christina Randall and Bailey Sarian. They're both people that, just record videos of them talking about it and all the information that they found out. And Christina Randall was the one that made the video, and that's how I came across it. And it was just one of those things that you can get into. I got into it myself. I watched the video, did my own research at that time, finding out what happened. So what happened was Joseph Fritzl is Elizabeth Fritzl's dad. But they're both Austrian, and when Elizabeth was 18, Joseph had her write a letter saying that she was running away and really locked her in a basement in their house. And she wasn't the only child that her mother and father had. There were others, but he only did this to her. But he locked her in the basement, and she was in there for 24 years, I'm pretty sure. And during that time, they had 7 kids together, one who died shortly after it was born. And with that child, they had a furnace thing that, fire, whatever. And he just tossed the baby in there and called it a day. But that happened, and she was down there for 24 years. Obviously had a lot of problems. But nobody knew. Everyone thought she just ran away. And with a few of the children that they did have, he took them upstairs, said that it was her kids, and her mother took care of them, not knowing that, her daughter is at her house in the basement. It was thought that she was in a cult, was what her dad said. Obviously wasn't true. But the only reason he actually got caught was because the oldest daughter that they had together, I am blanking on her name, was sick. I think she was 19 years old at the time, and you can't just let a 19-year-old die. You can't do anything with the body. And so Elizabeth was like, you need to take her to the hospital. She's sick, she needs to go see a doctor. So Joseph brought the oldest daughter upstairs, said, this is Elizabeth's kid. We need to take her to the hospital. Elizabeth said she's sick. Or it was a note or something. Or he just took her straight to the hospital. But that was what was said. That this is Elizabeth's daughter. We don't know where Elizabeth is. And, this kid's just sick. So, obviously, the doctors got in contact with the police, who were like, we're investigating this. And they're like, where's Elizabeth? Who's the father? Da-da-da. So they did DNA tests on everybody in the family to see, who was most, genetically, who was most like this child. Well, Joseph refused. He was always too busy. He didn't have enough time. Da-da-da. So eventually the police did get involved with him, drew his blood, tested it. They found out that he was the father. Obviously, that's suspicious, seeing that nobody had seen her in 24 years. But he had a kid with her. So, they went to his house, they found her, they found all these other kids that she had in the basement, and that's how he got caught. But the reason I really like this story is because it's just one of them stories that, it's just thing after thing after thing after thing. It's about information, and I really like that. I like new things coming up. I don't like a boring thing. It's a very interesting story that I feel like anyone can get into, and that's just why I like it. But that's basically the case, and that's it. Thanks.